Hello and welcome to Jailbreak. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to jailbreak your iPhone or iPad running iOS 8.3. Hope you enjoy and let's get started. So we finally have a jailbreak for iOS 8.3. This is going to be using the TaiG jailbreak tool. So they finally managed to get a jailbreak after all the people that were trying to do it. TaiG were the ones to achieve one. Now, so before we get into the jailbreak, I just want to mention a couple of things. Now, this will only work on Windows. So if you are using a Mac, there are some ways that you can still do this. One, you can run a virtual desktop environment, so you can use Windows like that, or if you do use Boot Camp and do dual boot both OS X and Windows, then obviously you can just boot to Windows, or you can borrow someone else's Windows PC. So that's the first thing you need to take into account. And then another thing is that you have to, if you have updated your phone via the over-the-air update, which that means when you have gone into your settings and have updated it like that to 8.3, then you will have to go into iTunes and restore to 8.3. Now, before you do that, you must create a backup. So obviously all your files obviously don't get deleted and you won't have them anymore, apps and music and everything like that. So create a backup and then restore to 8.3, and then you can restore from that backup, so you've regained all your information. Now, another thing, because if you did update via iTunes to 8.3, then you're fine. Then you don't need to do that. But you're more likely you've probably done the over-the-air update, where you just gone into settings and then software update and updated via that way, because it's much quicker. So if you have done it that way, then you must do that restore in iTunes. Otherwise, this will not work, and you'll just get loads of issues when doing the jailbreak. So next, if you are on iTunes 12.1 or later, then you will need to downgrade to iTunes 12.0.1. Now, there will be a link in the description where you can actually download the 12.0.1 iTunes firmware. Now, to downgrade on your computer, what you want to do, you want to go to, obviously if you're running Windows, all you have to go is uninstall a program and stuff like that. If you go here and then navigate to all the Apple services. Now, the things you want to uninstall, I've already uninstalled them, but I've got the obviously the ones that the 12.0.1, so they will still be here. So if I go right to the top, you should be able to see that all these Apple things. So you would need to, if you are 12.1 or later, uninstall the Apple mobile device support, the Apple application support, Apple Bonjour, and also iTunes. So make sure they're all uninstalled. Once you've done that, you will want to reboot your computer. Once you've rebooted your computer, then simply go to the link in the description, download the iTunes 12.0.1, follow the installation guide, and then you'll be ready to go. So once you've done that and all is good, when you've downgraded iTunes, now the first thing you want to do is I like to make sure my device is plugged in with the original Apple cable into the USB on the actual computer, not a hub or anything like that, because sometimes it just doesn't like it and it will not probably work. So I like to have everything set up like that. And then once you've done that, literally you have to go into iTunes. So open up iTunes. I'm just going to drag it over here, and you have to make sure that your iPhone and your computer see each other, so it's all connected up. And if I quickly go into my device here, as you can see, it's all plugged in and all ready to go. So once this is like this, I'm just going to shrink this quickly down here, and as you can see, I'm running iOS 8.3. So now what we want to do is we want to make sure that our passcode Touch ID is off, and also that our Find My iPhone or iPad, depending on the device you have, is also turned off. Now to do this, it's really simple. Just navigate to your settings, and then as you can see, I've got the Touch ID and passcode pre-selected there, and just make sure the iPhone unlock is turned off, and Then head over to the iCloud section, go down, and then you'll see Find My iPhone or iPad, and then literally just turn it off. And then what it will do, it asks you to enter your password in, which I'll quickly do now. And then Find My iPhone will be turned off. Now, once you've got everything all like that prepared, you can unselect the settings application, and then I'll just re-angle this so you can see it here. And then all we need to do now is we need to go ahead and open up the TaiG Jailbreak. Now, definitely make sure that you have also completed all the steps, so like the downgrade to iTunes, and also have done the passcode Touch ID thing, and also if you did do the over-the-air update, really is important that you must make sure that you have restored from 8.3 via iTunes, the desktop. So now what we want to do, we want to make sure we're going to run the Jailbreak as an administrator. And as you can see, this is the tool. It will check everything just to make sure that you have obviously done the required steps to go ahead and do this jailbreak. So once we've done this, we can see we've got the name of the iPhone and the device, the iPhone 6 Plus, the version that it's on, and also it just gives you one more prompt to say turn off Find My iPhone before jailbreak. So if you did want to double check, you know, you can just quickly go in your settings and just check again. Now here it will have a selection of what you want to install. Obviously really want Cydia to be installed, so just make sure that's selected. These are all both selected by default. And if you don't want this, you don't want that, we just have to uncheck it, so that's not there anymore. So we just install in Cydia. Now once we've done this, all we have to do is start, and then we can just wait for the jailbreak to just happen. So I will keep this up for a minute or so you can see it in progress, and then if it does take quite a long time, which more or less will, then I will obviously skip it to once it has finished, or the last more or less few minutes remaining, just to show you what the ending's like. So I'm just going to go ahead and now start the jailbreak. So as you can see, the device is now off. And another thing to mention, if it is stuck at 20% for a long time, it might not mean that it's not going to work straight away, but there is going to be a problem that if it just doesn't do anything for after a long period of time, and then that means that you have done something wrong. And you need to just restore again and refollow the steps, right from if you did do the over-the-air update, and make sure that you have restored via iTunes if you did do that over-the-air update. That's probably the most important thing in this jailbreak. And as you can see, as it goes along, we do have some nice indications of what it is currently doing. We can see the data processing being ticked and the restarting device, please wait. So it does give us all nice obviously notifications to see what the what's going on and everything like that. And what I'm going to do, I'm actually just going to unlock the device just so you can see on the home screen what's going on still. So as you can see, it does actually say restart success, continue to jailbreak. So it is going to continue the jailbreak, and I will go ahead and pause the video now so you can see. So I will come back after, or just a little bit before, when the jailbreak has more or less completed. Now as you can see here, we are now at 99%. So the jailbreak has more or less succeeded, and as you can see, we have a message saying the jailbreak has succeeded. So now we have a fully jailbroken device, and we're just going to wait for the device just to boot up. That was fairly fast. It was fairly quick. Now, if it is different to you, obviously it will probably depend on the iPhone speed or the iPad speed, whatever device you have. So don't worry if it does take a little bit longer time. So as you can see, everything's popping up now on the actual screen, so we just know that the device is actually booting up. And then as you can see, with the TaiG jailbreak tool, shows that the device is jailbroken, so that's all good. So now if we just go and unlock the device and we scroll right to the end of the home screen, and as we can see, we do have Cydia right there, which is installed. Hopefully you can see that we do have Cydia right there. So once this has happened, and once we do have Cydia, what we do obviously want to do is actually tap on the Cydia, make sure your battery percentage is of the right standard, and I'm just going to quickly pop the iPhone up like this, just so you can see. Obviously the rotation didn't change, but it probably doesn't matter. But yeah, so all it is doing now is just we're going to be preparing the file system. Obviously you don't want to close out of this or do anything like that, otherwise obviously it's going to mess up, and you will probably have to restore. So once this has finished, I will come back and show you that that Cydia in action. So as you can see now, after Cydia has laid out its file structure, we will see the device restart, and now we do have Cydia working. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly unlock the device one more time and have a look at this Cydia running on the iPhone or iOS 8.3. So as we can see, Cydia is now loading, and here we go. We have this Cydia all working, and if we go to our sources here, we can see that everything is all functional, and yeah, so there are probably going to be a few updates if we go to our changes, and we are going to obviously have to update because this is a new platform. We're on the 8.3, iOS 8.3, and probably not everything will work at the moment because Cydia substrate, I believe, needs updating, and they are working on that to get that updated. So anyway, thank you for watching this video. Please comment, rate and subscribe, and obviously if you did find this helpful, and if you did have any problems or anything like that, just leave a comment down, and I will be happy to help and answer your question. Thank you for watching, and bye.